Yeah, solid.
Man, why are the candles so big today?
I know, they're big, aren't they?
Yeah.
Huge.
Okay. Wait for a few people to join.
I watched that webinar as well this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, wicked. Wicked. Man, GJ looks crazy on the daily right now. Gold. Oh wow, look at gold go. Morning, morning. Okay. Let's see if there's any updates. Still the same. They still haven't called. Bloody hell, nothing's changed. Oh, that Georgia is close. So is North Carolina.
It's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know why they're taking so long. It is very convenient, I have to say. God. It's crazy times we're living in. Real crazy. Okay, we got enough people from the group here at least. Yeah, GJ looks very messy today. Ooh. Looks very messy. Right, we'll give it a couple more minutes, wait for a few people to join. I know I was a bit late this morning. Wow, look at the weekly, man. Monthly can still flip. Look at the Footsie. Footsie was bullish this morning, same as GJ. Pushed up since 6 a.m. GJ kind of, set 7 o'clock. Broke that high. Clean cannon to left hand side. I bet the stop would have been massive. Yeah, about 20 pips. Ooh. Morning, morning. Yeah, I have to agree. I have to say that there does seem like there's some manipulation. You know. Because I was looking at it, and the other night, so I think it was Wisconsin, Trump was up, a few 100,000 votes, and then suddenly, next thing you know, there's just a straight few 100,000 of Joe Biden votes come in, and it is a bit like, it's convenient, but who knows? Who knows? Okay, so now that we've got a few people here, let's break down GJ. So looking on the daily time frame, we can see how yesterday's daily candle It came up, it wicked into 137,400, and it came down and it closed below 135,900 and 136. So I'm thinking potentially, that price can continue moving down. But this daily candle obviously has to come and fill its own wick. So it did make its own low in the Asian session. Anyway, looking at the 4-hour time frame. Looking at the 4-hour, it does look like we bounced off of this support at 135,100 before coming back up. So the 4-hour is trying to close above this previous support as well, but it's rejecting this area here, 135,900. So I mean, obviously that's more key for sales because it's a resistance level, but at the same time, if price comes up, starts to form support above 135,600, then there's a higher chance for the next 4-hour candle to continue moving up. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, so we can see how this 1-hour candle has come up and it's closed above this area, 135,600. So we can neaten this up a bit. So it's closing above this support. It's also breaking above this resistance, but tapping into this resistance here at 135,900. So yeah, I mean, this looks like a bit of nasty price action, I have to say, currently, because we have a resistance here, we have another resistance here, another resistance here. So if we, yeah, okay, it's a fairly big range, but that's because these candles are very big, and the ranges look quite small, but there is still 20 pips. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, yeah, so we can see how price rejected 135,950, and at the same time, I suppose it's closing back above this support level around 135,650. So we are just ranging right now between 135,650 and 135,950. So I'd probably be inclined to take sales below 135,650 because we have a clean candle, and buys above 135,950 because then we have at least a clean candle coming up to 136,100, and then from there, there's further clean traffic, maybe even bring it up slightly to this area, 136,150. It's going to be pretty good if we can catch a buy. Looking for sells, I think a good, like a conservative target is probably going to be this area right over here, because we've had some couple of issues here beforehand as a resistance and a support. So if you want to be, a bit more safer, then that's a good, which is like a 25 pip range, same as the buys. But I suppose at the same time, if price does form a support within this area, there is a much higher chance of, price breaking and breaking above this high to continue moving bullish. Because these bearish candles, they've closed very weak, but they're very indecisive. So yeah, gonna need to wait. What do you say about Euro JPY? We'll come to Euro JPY in a second. No manipulation, just Democrat votes that was sent by post. Yeah, but you see these mail-in votes. I mean, man, you don't even have to have a signature. You don't have to have yeah, I mean, it is so open to it. And it's not just about Democrat votes. I mean, I suppose any voting system where there's a vote that can be fraudulent, it works for both sides. It works in the same way that, it could be fraudulent on both sides. So it's not necessarily about the Democrats, but I'm just saying these mail-in votes, they can be very fraudulent. And I mean, I bet you lot didn't even know, and I read about this, that even before the election, they were finding ditched votes in Pennsylvania that were Trump. They were Trump votes as well. So you'll be surprised what people will do to, get their way. So yeah, I have to say I don't, on this occasion, I'm not sure. I don't think it's yeah. That's what I'm. Yeah, exactly. 100,000 at 3 a.m. It's very convenient. It's all very convenient, but I suppose it's for the lawyers to sort out. Right. Anyway, let's check out Euro JPY. Okay, so we can see Euro JPY is breaking up. Let's go to the daily. So looking at the daily time frame, I mean, if EJ does continue moving bullish, if we remove everything, so we know that the daily time frame needs to respect this area as a resistance for price to continue down. So it is very important what happens at 122,700 for price to continue down. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, yeah, we're at a resistance over here. We're at a resistance, so again, it is very important. But at the same time, we're looking at this area and we can see the 4-hour is already starting to break up. So it may continue moving up at that same time. So we have, as you can see, created this support on the 4-hour time frame, which we failed to break below, and then we continue moving up. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, so 1 hour is respecting this support that we saw down over here, and it is currently breaking above this resistance. So looking at the 1 hour now, because remember, we want to focus in on the most recent price action, we do actually have clean candle to the left hand side right on the 1 hour time frame. So in theory, Euro JPY should continue moving up, but, and I say but, this zone right here, this zone is a very key zone. So this is that 4-hour resistance. So you can see why this is a strong level, because we had rejections over here, rejections over here, big rejections over here, and now this 1 hour candle came up, tried to break through, and in a minute's time it's potentially pulling back. So what that means is maybe there's not enough volume right now, for price to continue through. So what you want to wait for is some form of minor support to form, maybe on the 30-minute time frame, and there's going to be a much higher chance, for the next 1 hour candle to continue pushing through that zone. So looking on the 30-minute, yes, you can see the current 30-minute candle is bearish, so it is rejecting this area currently. But at the same time, you got to look at maybe it's going to create some support to continue moving bullish. So we did create a support over here, 122,500 for price to push up. But now we're kind of reaching this zone. So yeah, you need some form of support. Maybe if the next candle, creates a bottom wick and then breaks the high, can continue bullish, especially if this candle closes weak. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Keep an eye on that with Euro JPY. Back to GJ coming down. Look at the 15-minute real quick, because 15-minute is just ranging. Man, it is so cold in the mornings over here. Okay, looking at gold. Gold is continuing bullish. Look at the daily time frame. Yeah, it's coming up to break the high over here for price to continue moving up. Let's clear everything. So if gold does continue up, it can continue up to 1924. Something like that. Looking at the 4-hour. 4-hour also bullish. Trying to break above this resistance here, it should continue up to 1924. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour closed bullish, but it closed at a resistance right over here. And then we do have another zone on the hourly time frame, and then this is the ultimate target. So let's go to the 30-minute. Yes, if you look on the 30-minute, if I zoom in, you're going to understand. So looking on the 30-minute, we had a previous support here from the 22nd of October. And then when we came back up to this level, we formed a resistance at the end of the day there. So as price is coming up, this is a strong level at 1920. So we could, yeah, see maybe what happens at that area. So we can see how we created support above this zone, created this support on gold. So yeah, it looks pretty bullish to me so far. So yeah, maybe wait for some support to form on gold, and then gold should continue up. GJ. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the 15-minute now, this 15-minute candle is closing below this minor support. So there's a much higher chance for price to continue down. But this price action is so messy. Yeah, the price action is quite difficult today on GJ. So we'll see. Okay, looking at the Footsie. Ooh, looks like we did correct that move on the Footsie. Closing back above this area. Looking on the 4-hour time frame. Did create a support right over here. Trying to close above this minor resistance. Looking on the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, so it's trying to create a support above this previous resistance. Looking on the 30-minute. Yeah, so it's coming back down to this support. So it's kind of key what happens here for price to continue up. Or maybe correct this bullish move. Because GJ is trying to come down as well. And this was the high that was created. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Dow, looking on the Dow. Also correcting this bearish market structure. Creating supports on the 4-hour time frame. We have this area here that we rejected this morning. 1-hour time frame. Trying to break above this resistance. Look on the 30-minute. Yeah, so 30 minutes created a support. So see if we can hold the support for the Dow to continue moving bullish. So yeah, I'm a bit skeptical taking any sell positions at the moment, just because we do have this area here. There could be some issues around 135.650. I think a support formed around 135.680 is going to be good to retest the high. So yeah, we're looking for just maybe like a bullish candle, 30-minute bullish candle, and then we may get that retest of the high. It's going to be.
What's your reason for having your that support at 650? Because I've kind of got it at around 750.
Okay. So basically, if we look at the 4-hour time frame, I was looking at this area around 135.600 because the 4 hours rejecting this area, but this was a previous support, so we would need to respect this as a resistance, you know, for price to continue down on the 4-hour time frame. So if the 4 hours trying to close above this area, I'm like, okay, let's go to the 1 hour, see what that looks like. Now, if we go on the 1-hour time frame, we look at this area here, 135.650. This was a previous support. Candles came down, faked out of this area, and then tried to respect this area again. So now I'm like, okay, makes sense. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame, and we can see that this is a zone that price needs to respect if it wants to continue up, because this is a support. This whole area. Now, can you see how it kind of? Okay, let me just change the color because then it's gonna make more sense. So this is a zone on the 30-minute, right, where you can see that we had support, and then we had another support here, and then kind of since yesterday in the Asian session we were tapping into this area but closing above this area. So as you can see, this candle is broken above, it's ripped right through this zone. Now as these candles are coming back to this area, if they start to form support again and reject like we did here, because remember, this candle broke down from this area. So now that this candle's come back up to correct this, it may need to create that support back above this area for price to continue moving bullish, and then retest this high that we created at this resistance.
Yeah, makes sense. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries. Got a chart. Took this buy before. What do you think? Wasn't it a good moment to buy? Let's check this out. Okay, GJ 15-minute. Uptrend. Okay, resistance 30-minute on previous support resistance level. Okay, impulse entry on break of the previous high before London Open. Hits. Let me go back, because we never had a support formed on the 30-minute time frame. It's resistance. Oh, I think you mean because it's closing above this area. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, I mean, I think this 15-minute candle, because it kind of broke the low and then broke the high. I kind of see, yeah, what you were looking at there, but I mean, at the same time, it's kind of buying at the high at the set. Yeah, I mean, it could have worked out. It could have worked out. Some other days this move does work out when there's a lot of volume, but clearly there wasn't enough volume, you know, for price to continue up at that point. So I think it's kind of just a little bit of a probabilities factor there. But I kind of would have been wary of the fact that, you know, this 15-minute candle, it broke the low and then came up. A little bit of indecision maybe, but yeah, I think it's unlucky. It is what it is.
I think that move up might have been some news as well.
Oh, really?
Something about a stimulus package in the UK, 150 billion.
Oh, really?
Got announced hours ago, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
So this might get corrected now.
Yeah, that is a good point. Um, I haven't even checked the news. Oh, we have interest rates today too.
Could be that as well, yeah.
Yeah, today's gonna be a hard day. What does it say? That's funny. Last night I was leading, oftenly, solidly in many key states. One by one, they started to magically disappear. Yeah. I have to say, it's a little bit fishy. It's a little bit fishy. Anyway, is that support still valid, seeing that 2 candles have broken it? I think it's not about this support. It's not like necessarily, oh, this exact support here is this exact support here. It's like I just said, if you look on the 4-hour time frame and you treat the 4-hour like any other time frame, if the 4-hour candle closes above 135,600, then there's a higher chance for the next 4-hour to come up and fill the wick, right? Because it's closing back above a support level. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, this candle came back up and closed again back above this area. So we would need some form of minor resistance to form below this area, 136,650, for price to continue down. Obviously I hear what you're saying, it's broken this support level, but at that point it came back up to this area. It came back up and it closed above this area. So like I was saying, this is a zone. This is a buy zone, remember, because this was a previous, this whole area here is a previous buy zone. Okay, we know this because we can see we had a support over here, then we had a move down, but it got corrected as it came back into this zone. We had a support formed back above this zone. We had candles tapping into this zone again. But all we do is we have 2 clean candles that have just ripped right through. And as you can see, this candle is now trying to maybe reject this zone. So if we start to see rejections of this area again, there's a much higher chance at that point price is going to continue up to retest the high and then, continue on from there. But I would say that, it's not about this exact support. This is a zone. This is a zone. So if you start to see candles closing back in this zone, then you could expect the next one to maybe start to rip through. Because on the higher time frame, this is an important level. It's a very important level. Because we would need to start seeing candles closing below this zone, for the next 4-hour to continue down. Yeah, no worries. So what I'd be looking for is some form of resistance. But, sales would have been tough over here because, this candle didn't close below. Then even if this candle did close below, you're expecting price to continue down. But look at this stop loss is going to be big, right? But at this area, if its supports are formed here again, like I say, there's a much higher chance for price to continue up to retest the high. Because this is a high that was created, so Yeah, exactly. I mean, the ideal shorts would be back below this area, because then you're like, okay, we should retest the low, maybe create a new low, which is 135, 100. So we have plenty of time for sells. But, you know, if it is just going to rip through, it is going to rip through. But then look at the 4 hour. This is what I've been saying. The 4 hour needs to respect this area for price to continue down. So if it does, then we will have some form of low created, retracement, and then a continuation, because this 4 hour would be respecting this area. So we'll see. We will see. You know, but I think if we form a support over here, then, you know, there's a much higher chance for price to continue up. But yeah, if this 15 minutes surpasses the high, it does look good to continue moving bullish. Stop's going to be slightly big. Yeah, so surpassed. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Looks like it's coming up now, rejecting this area. But if it continues up, then the only way you could have caught this move was the break of this high. But I was looking at it, I just was like, the stop's gonna be way too big. But if this 15-minute candle closes like a strong bullish candle, you know, and then say the 30-minute can close like a weak bearish candle, there's a much higher chance for, oh yeah, no. I think we missed a move there. So it's already pushed up. Yeah, around 8-9 pips. Should continue moving up at this point. So yeah, if you want to know how you could have caught that move, break of the high. Break of the high of the 15. I literally was just considering it, and then I looked at the stop. Stop was going to be 15, 16 pips. So I was like, nah. So, yeah. That's done.
It's quite risky for an impulse entry today anyway, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is a risky impulse entry, but it did make sense. It did make sense. But I still, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We got some time. Okay, let's get some tunes on. Get the tunes going. So we've got a decent amount of people here today. 40 people. It's pretty good. Let's get some of that hip hop.
Yeah.
See what other ones we got. Oh, that was a weird song. Upbeat. Yeah, let's just go with upbeat. Sounds good. Yeah, so if the 30-minute candle does close bullish, then there's a higher chance for the next 30-minute to also close bullish. But yeah, stop's gonna be way too big, man. Way too big. stop loss is going to be too big. So maybe it's a case of waiting for a break above 135.950. So then we have this 20 pip range. Yeah, I don't know. That ain't hip hop. That was not hip hop. So what time are the interest rates? Let's check that out. Oh, did we already have it? Yeah, I think we've already had it. Yeah, we did. Then that was what this was news then.
Yeah, I think that was priced in just before the news actually got announced.
Ah, see, for the guy who sent that chart, Kevin, the trade was taken when there was news. So although the news got priced in beforehand, there was still that chance that the trade could have worked out had the news not been there. So yeah, definitely something to check for the future.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take. Look behind your back. Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand Join the army of the shadows. Going harder. We are more than numbers. Standing in this hate. Going louder. We are all one color.
What? I'm confused. Oh, I don't think I've changed my time on this. It says it's 10:21. Yeah. There we go. Thought as much. Oh, so the news was at 7. The news was at 7. So I suppose this move up could have worked, but just didn't have the volume to continue that.
Join the army of the shadows. Going harder. We are more than numbers. Standing in this light. Going louder. We are all one color. Standing in the way.
So if we look at the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour does look like it's trying to create support for price to continue up. 30 minutes coming to a close in a minute. But at this point you see it's just ranging. And in fact, now that the 30-minute candle's coming to a close at this area, I'd say it's pretty good to bring this zone up at this point. So what we know is that the candle's closing at this area, but we have to be cautious. We have to be cautious of this zone. We have to be very cautious of this area. So for sells, you'd want to see now, like a minor resistance form below this support. So you'd want to see, some form of close below 135.750 for price to continue down. Tell me portal name, site name. No idea. No idea what you mean. Yeah. Don't even know how to pronounce that. Aditi. So yeah, looks like the break of the 15-minute high was the move there. Pretty good. It's now running for like 20 pips. Yeah, so I think whoever it was looking for buys, this is just kind of, this is kind of like, this was the retracement for that further push. So I think it was just unlucky on that occasion, because it did create, I see what they're trying to say, it did create that kind of support to push up. I would have expected price to continue up too, but it just is what it is at sometimes. So yeah, if we look on the 30-minute time frame, 30-minute candle closed bullish. It did close below this area, so there's still no buys yet. So this is the kind of point where, you know, either you want to wait for a break above, a close above, maybe an impulse entry. We'll see. Maybe like a weak 15-minute candle is going to be good. And then if the next one can break the high, something like that. So if you haven't already, guys, make sure you're subscribed to the stream. We're going to be doing that Magic Keys giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so if we look at the 15-minute candle now, it's coming up to break the high. So yeah, I want to wait for the first 15-minute candle to close before I see maybe any potential impulse entry. So while we wait for the first 15-minute, I'm gonna go make a drink quick. I'll be back in a minute. going on? What's going on? Back. Okay, so looking at GJ, it's got like 10 minutes left for this 30-minute candle to close. Looking at the 15-minute. 15-minute did close a very weak bearish candle. So, we'll see here. Oh, looks like Euro JPY buys played out. So like I said, a break of the high, and then EJ should continue up. So that would have been a really nice trade there. 10 pip stop loss. Oh, it should be running for like nearly 25-30 pips. So that was a great rip. GJ also looks good to continue bullish if it can just. It's tough. It's difficult, but I've seen this happen before. I've seen this structure happen before with a big bullish 15-minute. Then you get the weak bearish candle and then a continuation, but we'll see. Probably going to be best to wait for a close above.
You've got the 4-hour closing in like 8 minutes as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. So if you look at the 4-hour now, you know, it's completely closing at this resistance. So this is a strong level too. 1 hour is creating a support though. This is the thing. So there's probably going to be some pullback and then start to break further up. Who is familiar with Wicks Don't Lie? I think the question is, who isn't familiar with Wicks Don't Lie? GCAD. What's that? GCAD buys. Looks good. 30-minute candle closed bullish. Next one continued up. Let's look at the Footsie is kind of. Yeah, it looks pretty difficult. Not really doing much over there. So it looks like the play today was EJ buys. Anybody catch those EJ buys? Because that was just perfect. Literally said, if this 30-minute candle closes a weak bearish and the next one comes down, creates a bottom wick, comes up and breaks the highs, a much higher chance for it to continue up. Spoke about the fact we have clean counts left hand side. We spoke about this zone being a rejection zone. So here's another good example. We can see here this was our zone, and as you can see, as a learning point, you see how here we were rejecting this area. Now when we actually broke above this zone, we were rejecting this area to the downside for price to continue up. So this is your liquidity of a zone, and then price continues up and literally tapped into our target area that was provided at the beginning of the stream. So I don't think this week, but next week, I'm going to try and get the guys from Black Bull Markets to come down as a guest next Friday, if they're around. So that'd be pretty good. So yeah, from next week, I'm going to start getting some guests coming on. Because this week's been pretty difficult. Obviously, we always knew this week was going to be tough, considering the amount of news and things like that. But yeah, this week has been really tough, especially for me. It's been a tough week. Very tough week. Yeah, and for I have to say, like, I was literally just reading an article about this, and for those of you who think that these mail-in voting that happened in Michigan, Wisconsin. Oh my, I after reading this, I'm kind of almost convinced that it's fraudulent. Because they counted the in-person votes first, even though the mail-in votes were there for days, even weeks. And then conveniently, Joe Biden had like 100,000 votes, and Donald Trump didn't have one. And that's a red state as well. So, or was a red state. So, yeah, I have to say, something doesn't smell right. I mean, that would be funny if they did a recount and they found that they'd done it completely wrong. There would be uproar. What article did you read? I'm just trying to find it now. I'm going back on my phone now, but I read it. So someone was speaking about it, and like it wasn't like. It's not like. I mean, it's not like they're literally accusing them of, you know, like a whole fraudulent system. It's just, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. You know, there's coincidences and then there's coincidences. You know. Yeah, like I heard in Philadelphia they found like 10,000 Trump ballots, you know, just dumped. Like, and I have to say, like, people don't want to hear it, but it is true. Like, man, liberals will do anything to get what they want, you know. I really wouldn't put it past these people. I really wouldn't. Someone came on talking about it. Sky News Australia. Yeah, Sky News Australia. They're pretty right wing. They definitely think something's not right. So as the 15-minute candle was breaking the high, I was looking to get in, but yeah, I think I'm gonna sit this one. If it closes above this area, then it's gonna be pretty good. 30-minute closing above this area. Okay, I'll check that out. But yeah, no, they don't want to put that type of thing on mainstream media, and that's what's annoying, you know. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that actually there has been already fraud going on to do with it, but you know. Oh man, missed the move here again. Oh, look at that. Literally, last 2 minutes of the 4 hour decides to go. Even when I said 15-minute candle closes weak, next one comes up and breaks the high. And it just decides to do it in the last however long.
Suppose if you can get like a support to be created now.
Yeah, support's gonna be good.
Love it.
Yeah, I think next week's gonna be better anyway. Like I'm up for the week. I'm in profit. It's not a lot, but I mean, you know, at the end of the day, we always knew this week was just about protecting the capital. You know, taking safe trades, and that's it. But yeah, people should have been securing some profits now if they got into buys over here. So yeah, fair play to anyone who caught those buys. I was just very wary. Still running over here. Yeah, seen this plenty of times. Literally said this closed very weak, and the next one continues pushing. But yeah, it is what it is. And another thing I read actually is that in Arizona, which they knew was obviously been a red state for a long time, they were actually handing out Sharpie pens to fill out the ballot. And what that means is actually that's an invalid ballot, because you have to use a plain ball pen for that. So they were actually handing them out. I mean, things like that, it's just like all of it's so fishy. I really hope they do. I think they should recount them. I think they should, and then if it's the same again, then at least people would know. But there will be so much division, more division, if they don't allow that, because then people always gonna think that the Democrats, they manipulated the vote. So the 30-minute candle did close above this area. 15-minute candle also closed above. So if we can get some form of retest, this candle does want to come down, then maybe we can take a position if it wants to come down to around 135, 950, 960, because then we can get a good stop loss, and then for price to continue up. But I'm not inclined to take buys over here, because I don't want to get caught in any pullback. So if it comes to around this area, then we can execute, expecting the next candle to continue up. That's going to be pretty good. But I think that's all about I'll do for the minute. So yeah, hopefully this 15 can come down and try and do some retest. And then if it does, then that's pretty good. Oh, Cyclo, I'm just watching the video you sent me now. Oh my god, that is mad. When was this? When was this? Oh my days, there's bloody lorries of them. There is lorries of votes just getting tossed out. Yeah, man, I hate to say it, but oh, there we go. Retest. So executed a buy position. Forgot to say down over here. And then keeping the stop below the current or the previous 15-minute candle. I am expecting a little bit of a pullback, but it should respect, obviously it should respect the low of the previous 30-minute. Maybe it's going to do this retest and then continue moving bullish. But yeah, it looks like a good position for price to continue up. It may even create a support, but we can just reduce the risk at that point. So we'll see. Yeah, so it came exactly to where I kind of wanted it to, for me to want to take buys. So it's pretty good. But yeah, man, that is mad. Never seen anything like that before. I'm gonna save those videos. How do I save it? Yeah, man, that's madness. That is madness. Never seen anything like this before. Crazy times we're living in. Ooh, nice. Pulling back over here. Hopefully, if this candle flips, man, it's going to be payday today. I can't show the video. No, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I've got, yeah, I've got Instagram on my phone. Plus, I don't really want to get, like, I don't want YouTube getting all involved with the monetary whatever. So yeah, hopefully this 15-minute candle is going to flip bullish, continue up. But we'll see. But this is a good position to be in, considering the buy is down over here, you know, and we now can manage the trade much easier. Because if it closes against, we can close positions potentially in profit, which is going to be good. Are retest entries or a candle in your direction better? I don't think they're necessarily better. It's just situational. Like this situation was good because the entry was good. Because then we have this whole range, you know, I can try and play the whole range rather than taking buys in the middle of the range. Stop can be below the breakout candle. We can manage the trade at this point, but it's not always going to do this deep retest, you know. Sometimes it is just going to continue running. So that's why I said only if it comes down to this area will I execute. Otherwise, you know, just there's no execute. There was no buys. Yeah. Yeah, Wisconsin has more votes than registered voters. Oh, really? Is that actually true? Because if that's true, that's crazy. Then that would make sense. That would make sense. Because that if they counted it right, that couldn't be physically possible. Obviously. So yeah, hopefully GJ can create some support in this area to continue moving up, and then we have a nice clean 20 pip range. Yeah, I think the fact as well, we're closing above 130, 136, which is good. You know, candle closed and broke above 136, which is a key level for price to continue bullish. If you look at the 4 hour also, that's just the retest level for this resistance. So if you look on the 4 hour time frame, I mean, we can continue pushing a lot. Looking at the 1 hour. Yeah, it can come down to a deeper liquidity, but it should be okay. The buy is in the best position, you know, because up over here, people are in drawdown. Down over here, you know, we're safe to minimize the risk. A voter in Detroit was born in 1823. Let's look on the 5 minutes, see what's going on. Yeah, it's probably just doing that deep retest. It's okay. So, yeah, we'll see. So we'll wait for the first 15-minute candle to close, and then, you know, if it closes against, we can just minimize the risk at that point. If the low is broken, would you close half? No, not yet. I'm gonna wait for this 15-minute candle to close. Oh wow, look at this. Ooh. It's okay. It's probably gonna wick down and then hopefully start coming back up. But I am getting ready to close positions. So yeah, hopefully he's gonna close above this zone. Yeah, it was kind of due a pullback, I suppose, but I was expecting this candle to at least, you know, close somewhere up over here, and then it's gonna be a lot easier to reduce the risk at that point. So yeah, if you look at the 5 minute, yeah, hopefully this 5 minute's gonna push up, maybe correct some of this. Yeah, I think if it breaks its own low, I'm gonna close everything, because I definitely don't want to have a situation where potential full stop loss is hit, which would not be good. So we got like 3 minutes left. Yeah, so I think it's probably gonna be my last trade for the week, to be honest with you. Last trade for the week. Yeah, I really need to keep an eye on this 5 minute, because I definitely do not want it to... It's not looking good. So yeah, if this 15-minute candle closes bearish, then I'm going to reduce the risk anyway, so... 5 different streams right now, all praying GJ flips bullish. Yeah. Yes, I'm praying to... I mean, this 5 minutes should come up. I don't see how... I think as long as this 15-minute candle closes above this zone, it's going to be good. You know, but I mean, we can never say never. Because 5 minutes can be... The last 5 minutes can do you dirty. Yeah, hopefully it should continue up. Hopefully. We got like a minute left here for this 15-minute candle to close. Okay, we've got like 40 seconds left for the 15 to close. 30 minutes still open. Yeah, I think it should continue pushing up. Bet this 5-minute candle is going to be an absolute beast. Come on, 5 minute. Retrace the whole thing. Yes, if we can close 50% at break even, that's going to be much better. Oh, was it done? Okay. I think I closed half. Yeah, that's pretty good if you wanted to close full position. That's perfectly fine. Oh man, it didn't even close half my position. Right, I'll have to do it in a little bit of a minus then. Okay, yes, I've just closed 50% in a minus, but that's okay. Yeah, so at this point we're going to tighten the stop loss up a bit. Literally at break even, I pressed the button and then it changed the chart for me instead of changing closing 50%. Oh well. Oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, if it comes down and it breaks this low, probably close another 50% over there. But yeah, right now the other 50% is still remaining. I think it should continue moving bullish. I think if the 15-minute candle closes bullish, then I'm going to add a position. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, still got the other 50% open. That's a bit annoying. I didn't get to close it at break even, but it is what it is. HFX, I've observed that whenever there is a push as a result of interest rates for GDP, the price movement usually gets corrected. Yeah, can do. But I think today's a little bit of a special day. You know, I think the markets, there's a lot more to it than just the interest rates at this point. Yeah, I think today there's a little bit more to it. So yeah, hopefully this other 50% can push up and then we can secure some profits. Yeah, but sometimes with these entries, this is why sometimes it's good to wait for like a minor support, you know. So potentially could have waited for a bullish 15-minute candle, but kind of was expecting this candle to flip with the momentum. So yeah, we'll see if we can maybe let this full position go to 136, 150. So starting to push up over here, 15-minute candle. So we'll put a little. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't know. I'm gonna sort that out over the weekend. And yeah, maybe while I'm talking now, let's just turn it off. Yeah, we don't really need it right now. So what was I doing? So yeah, we close 50% of the position, and then see if we can let the rest run to 136, 150. Oh, we got nearly 60 people in here today. Didn't even realize that. Anyway, let's see how the see if there's any updates on the election. No, not yet. There's still oh my days, there is literally hardly anything in it. Nevada's still on 75%, even though they was on that last night when I was in bed. North Carolina looks like he's gonna secure that. Pennsylvania, oh, that is close. So he won Florida. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, looks like GJ's coming up over here. 15-minute candle starting to push. Yeah, hopefully 30 minutes gonna flip. I think this 15-minute candle was just a little bit scary, you know. It came right close to our stop loss, but it was good that I closed 50%. I know it was like a little bit like -2 pips, but in fact I think it was just a pip. Yeah, it was just a pip. So basically break even, you know. Practically break even. You know, but if this 15-minute candle closes bullish, there's a much higher chance for the next 15-minute candle to also move bullish. But it has to close a healthy bullish candle. So 15-minute candle is trying to close bullish, coming into the last 5 minutes. So it looks like it's good to continue moving up at this point. Nevada just counts like 2 votes and then stops for the day. Yeah, see, Nevada is the one because, yeah, see, it don't make sense because as you can see, you know, he was winning Nevada, and then now suddenly he's taking the lead, and they got 25% left. So maybe they want to make sure it stays that way. Probably by the look of it, because if he wins Nevada, then Mr. Biden is president of the United States, which is, it's a crazy thing to say. It's crazy. Okay. So 15-minute candle, a little bit indecisive there. So hopefully can continue moving up. But the 5-minute tells a different story. Yeah, once this 5-minute candle, if it can flip bullish, then, you know, price can continue up. So we'll see what it can do. So maybe if this 15 closes like a strong 15-minute candle, we can potentially add a position for price to continue moving up. You know, because now we have a support formed. Oh yeah, this 5-minute candle flipping bullish. Yeah, so I suppose because this zone here as well, we needed to see some rejection for price to continue up. Oh, there we go. Starting to go. So the 50% position was closed at like minus £30. So pretty much from now, anything is profit. So yeah, if this 15-minute candle can close strong bullish, leave a wick in our direction, it's going to be good for the next one to continue moving up. Yeah, so this is kind of what I was expecting. But then if you waited for the 15, it'd have been very hard to get that entry down over here. So that's why I was looking for the entry down over here. Because then if the candle flipped bullish to start with, it'd have been a good chance for, you know, that candle to continue up. But this current candle is pushing. So yeah, if this 30-minute flips and goes up, then we're heading up to 136, 150, which is where I've got my TP for the current position that is open. So yeah, I think the break of the high is not going to be good at this point because the range is not big enough. Stop's going to be too big. But now it's coming up, starting to break the high. It's pretty good. So my other 50% position, I'm going to see if I can, you know, let it run. Let it run to 136, 150. Yeah, so I'm going to put stops to break even at this point and let the other 50% of the position run. So let's see if we can get up to 136, 150. Can I get 136, 150? Come on, GJ. Just a little bit more. Yeah, because we have a clean candle to the left-hand side. So it should be good. I know it's got like 10, 15 seconds. But I think the next one should continue moving bullish at that point. So stops are at break even for the remainder of the position. I've got a 1.5 lot running. So yeah, it should continue up. I'm break even at this point anyway, so we'll see if we can get there. But looking at 30-minute candle also closed bullish, so it did flip. It's just unfortunate. Obviously, we had to close 50% because the 15-minute candle closed against us, but the 30-minute candle closed bullish. So hopefully this 30-minute can, create some little bit of a top bottom wick and then continue moving up to 136, 150, and then we can have a good day. So yeah, I want to see if I can let my full position run. So yeah, like I said, we closed 50% of the position once the 15-minute candle closed bearish, letting the rest of the position run now, and then yeah, see if we can get there. If I were American, I'd just move to Canada. If that, yeah. Oh, we got trading with Paul in the building. What's going on, Paul? I would get you on, mate, but literally once this 15-minute candle does its thing, I'm gonna call it a day over here. So yeah, hopefully this candle can flip, but we'll see. Maybe just doing like a little retest. Look at the 5-minute. Yeah, it should continue moving bullish at this point. For sure. So what I'm going to do is, if, let's say, for example, it does come back down and we're at around like £30, then I'm just going to close it at that position, because then I'm securing back the 50%, the like minus 1 pip loss, and then at least I have a break-even day. But what I want to do is I want to see if I can just let this position run, just start gaining that little bit of confidence to let larger positions run, because we do have clean traffic coming up to 136, 100. Maybe even we should reach 136, 150, and then it's going to end up being a good day, because my runner, my 1.5 position would then have equivalated to the profit of, say, had I let my full position run. So I'd be much rather happy to do that. But yeah, like I say, if it does start coming pretty deep, then I'm just gonna close at like a break-even day, and that's it. Because this week's been tough. I always expected this week to be pretty hard, so I was never going to be disappointed if it wasn't like a profitable week. Yeah, no worries, mate. We'll if you can jump on tomorrow, because it's Friday. Friday tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully this 15-minute candle can flip bullish. So while we wait over there, let's check out what the other pairs are doing. So EJ still running. Called out some nice EJ buys. Still going. So those EJ buys run for around 35 pips. So pretty good. So if you turned up to the stream and you're an EJ trader, called out those EJ buys for you. Gold is trying to create a support, but very weak candles, so not really a good indication yet. Footsie also trying to push bullish, which is good. as GJ is also trying to go bullish. GCAD also pushing bullish too. So I spoke about the fact that GCAD created a support, closed above this minor resistance, so it should continue bullish. Shit did. That's pretty good. Okay, let's get back to GJ. It is playing around a little bit. For those that don't like Euro USD, it has moved bullish 67 pips. Wow. It's pretty good. Yeah, so hopefully this 5 minute can come up and break the high, and then it's going to continue up. Or it might not. Who knows? It might not. Come on, GJ. We all know you want to go to 136, 100 or 136, 150. Yeah, hopefully it's just a little liquidity grab and then should continue up. Because after this trade, I'm going to call it a stream. Call it a day over there. But I think it was a pretty good day, considering, you know, I managed the, I always say we, but it's never we, it's just me. Yeah, managed the trade, you know, really managed the risk. And then this is the key of leaving your other 50%. So it's kind of coming down at this point. So yeah, like I say, come on GJ, stop playing around. Hopefully this 5 minute candle is going to be that go boom big.
Yeah, I just got in a buy. Around now.
Nice.
Yeah, we're to wait for it to pull back to 135, 980 first.
Yeah, nice. I think I'm fairly confident it's going to continue up. I think it's just creating like a liquidity wick on the 30 minute, 15 minute. But yeah. So I think it's good. Search Trump. We can search Trump on TradingView. Never knew that. Oh, if this 5 minute starts going bullish, man, this could push a lot. Because this 5 minutes created quite a big liquidity wick. So yeah, once it starts to come up and surpass the high, we're gone. We are gone. GJ's proper playing around at the minute. I'm feeling like securing something soon. Because I was really expecting this 15 to kind of flip. So if it closes bearish, I'm not going to be so... Yeah, I mean, it still can go up, but at the same time... Oh, look at this pullback. I'm not liking this. Yeah. So how long we got? We got 5 minutes left for this 15-minute candle to close. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah, it needs to break it. Yeah, it needs to start breaking up now. I think if it breaks the low of this 5 minute, I'm just gonna exit the position, so at least I can secure a break even day. Because I don't particularly want to, at least, yeah. We'll see. This is the last 5 minutes of the 15, so it's pretty important. Come on, GJ.
Seems to be moving quite a bit in the last few minutes of the candle.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah, that's true. But right now it's looking pretty difficult. It's looking like it's struggling. So yeah, like I say, if we break the low on the 5 minute, I'm gonna get ready to exit the full position and just take the small bit of profit, and that's it. It's better than a losing day. Because I don't trust this 15 minute right now. So yeah, we can see it starting to come down. About to break the low. Yeah, there we go. I got out of the position. Yeah, I got out of the position. Got out. Man, I was up around 10 pips as well. Probably should have secured, but is what it is. So yeah, that's my one trade done for the day. It's pretty much my trading done for the day. So yeah, glad I closed out. I was kind of expecting this candle to continue up to 136, 150, but it just looks like it wasn't meant to be. So yeah, it just is what it is at that point. Okay, let's check out this Trump. Oh, you it's not applicable. Yeah. I think the buys still look good, but I think what people should wait for if they're looking for buys at this point is to wait for a support to form on the 30-minute time frame. Because right now, if these candles just keep coming down on the 15, it's just going to consolidate. So what you would want is just a bullish candle on the 30-minute for price to continue up. Oh, is that the wrong one? What am I looking for then? Should I do it like that? Trump. Go to all. Okay, let's check this out. Let's go. Oh, is it the Bitcoin one? Let's try that one. Oh my god, yeah, look, we can trade the Trump. Oh, that must have been last night when they found out about the other balance. Or whenever it was. Yeah, so this would have been a really good example of an impulse buy. And then over here would have been a really good example of an impulsive sell. And as you can see now, price is just consolidating for Trump. Let's go to the daily. Let's see how Trump's. Oh, see. Oh, look at this liquidity grab. That's crazy. Oh, don't tell me it's pushing up now. I bet it is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, quality.
I'm still holding because the 15-minute closed above that little support.
Yeah.
Just there.
Yeah, I think once it breaks this high, it's going to be good. Oh, yeah, look at that 5-minute, man. Yeah, you're good. I think you're good at this point. Looks like buys were the play. Looks like GJ is going to continue up to 136, 100, 136, 150. It's pretty good.
I'm out. Closed.
Yeah.
Break even. Yeah, just above break even.
Yeah, I think that's probably smart. I thought this candle was just gonna go, but it looks like it's coming down over here. Oh, look at this rejection on the 5. Yeah, I'm done for the day. I'm probably gonna call it a stream here in about 5 minutes. So, pretty good day today. So basically, I had a break-even day. I could have secured the remainder of the position because it did push up around 10 pips. But, I mean, yeah, is what it is. But this week, man, this week's been tough. So next week, we're going to come back strong. Next week's going to be good. Actually, next week, I'm going to be trading slightly higher lot sizes. Because this weekend, I'm depositing some more money into my trading account. So, yeah, next week's going to be a much better week. Easier to play with. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Try and get a guest on for next Friday. So, yeah. Any updates on the election? Probably not. I mean, how is Nevada still 75%? I mean, if you think about it, right? Georgia was on 94% over 12 hours ago. So, yeah, something's, I hate to say it, but something doesn't seem right. Something really doesn't seem right. And Pennsylvania, the same thing. And look how close the margins are. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Oh, 15's flip back bullish at this point. Yeah, I think today's been pretty tough. So those of you, have buys and either you got stopped out, break even, don't be tough because, today's actually been a very hard day. I have to say. I mean, we spoke about the price action. It was really difficult. I think this was the best move here, was the impulse entry that was discussed. In fact, there was two impulse entries that were discussed. This was the first one, as the candle broke the high, which ran for around 20 pips. Stop loss was quite big. And then this was the second trade that was called out, which was the break of this high for price to continue up, which probably was good. But then if you didn't get to secure, you would have been sitting maybe in some drawdown, and that's probably not going to be a good idea. But yeah, you can kind of see with these pullbacks that a lot of liquidity is being generated. So these are the harder days. It just gets difficult for price to go in a direction, so you just have to understand that, and you know, keep your capital in mind. So yeah, anyway guys, I'm gonna call it a stream. Here now. So thanks everyone for coming. So a couple of reminders. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube. We're going to be doing that Magic Keys giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed, and then you will be automatically added to the competition. I have to figure a way of contacting the person on the YouTube, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm pretty sure you can do like a direct message on YouTube, something like that. But yeah, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well for all your trading content, all your post content. So yeah. So I think there's a couple of things to take away from this morning, just about this zone that I was talking about. So when we came to the stream, I'll talk about this whole zone as being a buy zone. And I think it just goes to show, you know, how that really did play out. Because we can see here that we had this tap into the zone, and then we started to come up, reject. So that's why when the 15 was surpassing the high, you know, it was a much higher chance for price to continue up, to retest the high at that point. So it's a very difficult entry, but it made complete sense. And yeah, I think this is good learning opportunity, you know. So when people come to the stream next, or I think I was meant to say, when they come away from the stream, they've learned something today. So yeah, anyway, thanks very much, guys. Guys on the Zoom, thank you very much.
See you later.
Yep, see you, Wilksy.
Have a good day.
See you, Scott. Didn't see him in there. Thank you, Scott. We'll see you tomorrow. And then guys on the YouTube, we'll see you all tomorrow, 8:30 GMT. So bring your charts, bring some trades that you've taken from the week. And then yeah. Hey Harrison, why was that a buy zone? Okay, I'll explain it quickly one more time. So I looked on we go to the 4 hour. And when this current 4 hour candle was open, it was trying to close above this previous support on the 4 hour time frame. So you know, when price is in a downtrend, it would need to respect this area as a resistance for price to continue down. So when we go to the 1 hour time frame, you can see that this was a previous support over here, right? So you can see this was a previous support, and then we had like a little fake out, tapped into the zone and stuff like that. But then when we go to the 30-minute, everything's going to make more sense, because on the 30-minute we can build a story around what happened. So if I stretch this across, this was support, candles came down, did a fake out, closed back above this range, closed that support again. Then we had support in the Asian session above this zone, which is 135,600. Then we had a candle come straight and rip through the zone. So this was the first breakout. Now, as price is looking left, we have a clean candle once this candle was breaking up. So it also broke through this zone. So this was our previous buy zone. So for price to continue up, it There's a very high chance, as I was saying, as these candles are printing bearish, people were looking for sales. And I was saying I would be very cautious of this area, because we may tap into this area and then pull away from, because this was a previous support. So you can see many times that we tapped into the zone, you know, it was buys, it was pulled away from, and that's exactly what happened here. And then yeah, price continued up from there. So yeah, it's not enough to just go off a buy. It's not enough to just say, okay, we're tapping into this liquidity zone. It's going to continue up. But if you think about it, now if we go to the 15-minute, it's going to make more sense, because you see this 15-minute candle tapped right into that zone. And then as it was coming up, surpassing the high, much higher chance for it to come up to retest the high. I tend not to leave older zones in the chart, but it's a good lesson. Yeah, neither do I. I don't look at old zones. I'm always looking at the fresh price action. So I was looking at the fresh price action, and let's say I didn't have this here because this candle was still open. I was like, okay, well, where can price go? Because we have no support here yet. So I was looking left, and I was like, okay, well, it could close above this area over here. But then once the candle closed bullish, it was clear it was closing above this resistance. But then if we look at the whole zone, this is a whole zone. You know, this is a buy zone. So only really for sells would you want to see, the best sells would be below this zone, because then, you know, you're going to see those taps into this area to continue down. So, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks very much. And we'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 GMT.